Well, one last topic before we go, the topic that just doesn't go away, the NFL. I did a piece called a couple weeks ago called What's Wrong with the NFL is What's Wrong with America, Sexism, a Culture of Violence, looking the other way at your star employees, misbehavior, overpaying, the wealth inequality at the NFL, just among NFL employees, direct employees of the NFL, is staggering. They
Mhm.
have a fairly large workforce, and the top five people earn more than half the entire payroll. So, out of almost 2,000 people. So, because I ran the number, it's
Wow.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
But it goes on and on and on. This week we had a former NFL employee, a former NFL executive, say that there have been hundreds of domestic violence cases like Ray Rice's, that were covered up by the NFL. Did you happen to see that story?
I have seen stories like it. I'm not sure I saw exactly that one, but yeah, absolutely. There are stories that women, scores, if not hundreds of women, over the years have approached the HR department at the NFL and said, "I've been attacked by my husband or my boyfriend. I need your help. What can I do?" And that then the stories that I've been hearing is that those women have been told basically to keep quiet. Do not tell anybody. Keep it silent. I mean, it is absolutely a horrific 19th century and 20th century response to domestic violence. Absolutely horrible. And frankly, one of the things that I think is most deeply troubling about what's going on at the NFL is that Roger Goodell has got an internal review going. He's calling it an independent investigation. It is no such thing by Robert Mueller. And Mueller's only charge is to look into what did Roger Goodell know about the Ray Rice incident and when did he know it. In fact, what the NFL should be doing is a thoroughgoing investigation. And the more I've thought about it, Richard, the more I think we need four big buckets of types of questions being asked. Number one, how many women in the past, pick your number of years, 10 years, 5 years, whatever, how many women have come forward internally to the NFL seeking services, seeking help for domestic violence or rape or sexual assault or stalking? How many have come forward and what were they told? That's the first bucket of questions. The second bucket, how does the NFL treat its women employees, and does that have an impact
Right.
on how it treats women, wives and girlfriends that are abused within the NFL community? Second bucket of questions. Um, what is, because I've seen stories about this too, and it's something that you've written about, what is the relationship between violence in the game itself and the head injuries and the other kinds of
Hmm.
injuries that occur to the players? What's the relationship between that and violence against wives and girlfriends by the players? And finally, and this is something I think is going to be very important because the NFL has been extremely aggressive at trying to control the story by claiming that, oh, they get it now and, oh, they're going to consult experts on domestic violence. I want to know, what are the gag orders? What are the silencing techniques they're using against all of the people and organizations that they now may be reaching out to, that they say they're going to reach out to and really get their information? I bet you dollars to donuts they are imposing gag orders on all those organizations. I want details about those gag orders.
That's a fantastic list, Terry. And I will just add one to that as we close to make it an even five, which is what is the role of the NFL's security force in communicating with local police forces and DAs? Because there are stories out that they've been doing it. And to what extent have those security forces participate in the suppression of domestic violence incidents? I'd add that to your list, but that is a terrific. That sounds like a crusade we ought to work together on.